There's a difference between being nice and being kind. Officer Jonas was nice. She was not kind. Her dishonesty and treachery was intentional. Unlike Natalie, who was kind, she did not understand. She didn't understand that people would do terrible things over opinions. You can be nice and still have an evil heart, have an evil soul. Whatever sentiments you want to lend to that, it's all in your head. Your motivations, your wants, needs, and desires. Same token, you can be an asshole and still be a good person. You can be direct and straightforward and be considered an asshole. Sometimes it's just a matter of your experiences. Your experiences may be different from someone else's. Instead of being so hard-headed and so bullheaded, you can make an attempt to see their point of view. But do you? For me, that's the difference between a good person and a bad person. Whether or not you see another human being as a human being, despite their differences in looks, their differences in genders or preferences or geographic location. Are they still human to you? You can be racist and hate somebody of a different skin color and still be nice to them. But a truly kind person would still see that person as a person, see that human being as a human being. A kind person does not know racism. They can know what it is, but emotionally it's foreign to them. For me, I don't understand racism. Now, growing up, I got beaten up by a lot of people who were black, I guess is the word that's popular today. When I see somebody who's got darker skin than me, sometimes I'm afraid. That's because of my experiences growing up. But I also understand that there is a difference between being locked up in an institution with minorities who were victims of racism and walking down the street seeing a black man. That black man is still a human being to me. Also, I give more leeway to somebody who is in the system, because the system is racist. It's segregation. Many places I was locked up, you had different groups. These groups were decided based on the color of your skin. For people who grew up in that being their perspective, that being their experience, well, I do give them more leeway than people who grew up out here. I give them more leeway as far as the racism goes, because it's what they know. We need to teach them differently, which means we need to be patient and we need to be kind. We need to show them another way. Allow them to change. Allow them to adapt. Instead of just expecting them to change like a light bulb, off or on based on a switch. I told you not to hate white people, so you better not hate white people or I will hate you. You better not hate black people or I will hate you. I've sat in Starbucks in Boulder, Colorado with a Black Panther and, well, I was going to say a card-carrying member of the KKK, but that's incorrect. Aryan Brotherhood. Now, both of these men are racist. Both of these men were in institutions growing up. Both of them were in institutions as adults. But also, both of them sat down and talked about their kids. When locked up, that's something that they may not have done. They may not have ever even acknowledged that the other one could have kids, or should, or would. But on the outs, you can change. You can adapt. You can choose to educate yourself, to become kind instead of just nice. Because if you're being nice, chances are, there's a good chance anyway, that you're being tolerant. And there's a big difference between being tolerant and being accepting. Do you accept people despite their differences? Do you accept people even though they might be on drugs? Or even though their drug of choice might be different than yours? Do you accept someone who might be from a different social class? Or a different color of skin? When it comes to racism, there is only one race, and that race is the human race. Oftentimes I say that dogs are more human than human. That's because dogs are made of love. They encompass all of the greatest parts of humanity. Even when a dog is angry, even when a dog is growly or bitey, it's the same as a parent. A parent being angry that someone struck their child, or even more mild, cursed their child out or insulted them. That parent does not want their child to be bullied, nor does that dog. See, dogs aren't nice. They're kind. We could learn a lot from dogs. I recommend you do.